I'll keep saying it. I believe Shedeur Sanders should play more games than any other quarterback on this roster this year because he's the only guy that I look at and say they might have something here. Because I'm telling you right now,
my guess is they go 0-4, maybe they go 1-3. Haslam's going to come down on Sunday, October 5th, and he says, I want Shedeur to play against Minnesota. And the staff's going to say, we're in London, it's rough. Just give us one more week. We don't want Shedeur having to go overseas. It's a big ask. And so they stave off the owner for a week. Flacco loses that game. I believe Shedeur starts Sunday, October 12th.
Get ready, NFL fans, because the Cleveland Browns just flipped the script on everyone. Haters are fuming, a league is buzzing, and a new era is dawning in Cleveland. You heard it right. Shedeur Sanders, son of NFL Hall of Famer Deion "Primetime" Sanders, is officially the starting quarterback for the Browns. And it wasn't just some coaching whim. Ownership made the call, and it changes everything.
Jimmy Haslam, many believe, forced Andrew Berry and Stefanski to draft Shedeur Sanders. They drafted Dillon Gabriel probably a round or two early, hoping to get out of the Shedeur sweepstakes. So the question is, at some point, Haslam's going to come down and say, play Shedeur Sanders.
This is the kind of move that shakes an entire league. In one of the most shocking draft steals in recent memory, Shedeur Sanders, once projected as a second-round pick with first-round talent, slid all the way to the 5th round. The whispers started. Was it overexposure? Was the Colorado collapse to blame? Or were teams simply scared of the media circus that comes with a Sanders? Yet while other teams hesitated, the Cleveland Browns struck gold. The moment Shedeur's name stayed on the board into the later rounds, fans were stunned, and the Browns front office was put on red alert. What makes this even more compelling? Cleveland had already picked Dillon Gabriel, a safe, efficient, system quarterback. It seemed they were hedging, playing it conservative. But the Shedeur pick? That wasn't a safe play. That was a statement. That was fire on gasoline. And it didn't come from the coach or the GM. It came from the very top.
If you believe, and many do, that the owner, he's the one that wanted Manziel. He's the one that did Deshaun Watson. He's the one that wanted Baker Mayfield. This is an ownership group that likes headlines at quarterbacks. Shedeur's a headline. Dillon Gabriel's not. I mean, look, we're paying attention to the Cleveland Browns.
Reports soon leaked that Kevin Stefanski and GM Andrew Berry weren't even on the same page. Rumors swirled that they wanted to avoid being part of the Shedeur Sanders spectacle, opting for a lower-profile prospect like Gabriel. But Jimmy Haslam had other ideas. The Browns didn't just want a quarterback. They wanted a cultural moment, and they got one. Jimmy Haslam is no stranger to controversy or big swings. He's a billionaire with an obsession for making bold moves, often to the dismay of fans and pundits. This is the same man who lobbied hard for Johnny Manziel, took a gamble on Baker Mayfield, and handed Deshaun Watson a $230 million fully guaranteed contract, a deal that sent shockwaves through NFL ownership. So when Shedeur Sanders was still on the board, Haslam didn't see a 5th-round gamble. He saw lightning in a bottle. According to multiple insiders, including Colin Cowherd, Haslam overruled his own football brain trust, marching into the draft war room and demanding they select Shedeur. But the story doesn't stop there. Sources say Haslam didn't just want Shedeur on the roster. He wanted him under center day one. Forget developmental years or clipboard duty. Haslam believed Shedeur had the moxie, intelligence, and DNA to run the show right now. Cowherd went further, claiming that Stefanski initially resisted, but was told in no uncertain terms, "This is happening. Get on board." That's unprecedented, even for Haslam. This isn't just an owner pulling strings. It's a full-on puppeteer performance. Haslam's move is risky, no doubt, but it's the kind of risk that could redefine a franchise or burn it to the ground. Love him or hate him, the man's not afraid to roll the dice on a quarterback who carries the Sanders legacy. Shedeur Sanders isn't your average rookie quarterback. his story is woven into football royalty. Raised in locker rooms, filmed in ESPN documentaries before hitting puberty, and trained under the relentless spotlight of Coach Prime, Shedeur's journey is anything but conventional. His father, Deion Sanders, isn't just an NFL Hall of Famer. He's a culture icon. And that charisma, confidence, and swagger? Yeah, it's genetic. But Shedeur's success isn't just about DNA. At Jackson State, he dominated FCS competition, setting school records and proving he had the accuracy, leadership, and poise to lead any team. Then came the high-profile transfer to Colorado. That 2023 Colorado campaign was one of the wildest stories in college football. Despite a paper-thin offensive line and defensive struggles, Shedeur put up massive numbers and showcased his elite-level arm strength and anticipation. NFL-level scouts acknowledged his pocket awareness and quick release. And through it all, he remained composed, engaging, and above all, competitive. He even joked about playing Madden with Tom Brady, who mentored him during his college career. In a now viral clip, Brady told him, "Don't be taking too many hits now. Protect your investment." That kind of behind-the-scenes mentorship, you can't teach that. Shedeur isn't just a player, he's a brand. But unlike others who've let ego outpace talent, Shedeur has earned every spotlight. He's walked the walk, under the crushing pressure of being Deion's son, and now he's ready to create a legacy of his own. And Cleveland? They're betting big that the next great NFL quarterback doesn't come from the traditional quarterback factory pipeline, but from a new school of talent, molded by media, mentored by legends, and armed with confidence that doesn't crack. The Sanders legacy isn't just living on, it's evolving, and Browns fans are about to witness the next chapter, live and in color. From day one of OTAs, Shedeur came in with a mission. He wasn't cocky, he was calculated. Teammates have described him as laser-focused and surprisingly mature. He was the first one on the field, the last one off, and was reportedly already breaking down film with the coaching staff like a seasoned vet. And then came the practices. Shedeur reportedly tore it up. His decision-making, pocket presence, and accuracy stood out immediately. Even defensive players were impressed, with one unnamed DB reportedly telling coaches, "This kid's the real deal." The Browns' social media team has been subtly stoking the fire, dropping cryptic clips of Shedeur hitting tight window throws and leading huddles with confidence. Fans noticed, so did the media, and now, he's the name on everyone's lips in Cleveland. Off the field, Shedeur is already a star. Back in college, he was the face of NIL deals, posing with luxury cars and rocking designer fits. Tight with celebrities like Drake, who publicly supported him after big college wins. At Colorado, he was practically a one-man show on social media. Deion Sanders himself has been vocally supportive of his son, but also tough. At a press event earlier this year, Coach Prime said, "Shedeur don't get no passes from me. He's got to earn it just like everyone else. But make no mistake, he's special." Now imagine this level of swagger and charisma under the NFL spotlight in Cleveland. It's a match made for prime time. And if Shedeur starts winning games, the hype is going to be off the charts. Let's talk about the other guy in this story, Dillon Gabriel. The former Oklahoma and UCF quarterback was supposed to be the safety pick. He's efficient, experienced, and safe. But that's exactly the problem. He's not flashy. He's not headline-worthy. And right now, he's being outshined by the Sanders show. Gabriel reportedly isn't thrilled about the situation, and there's talk that he could be traded. Bait before the season starts. He's been solid in practice, but not spectacular. And in a league that thrives on hype and high ceilings, that just might not be enough. Kevin Stefanski is now in a bind. Does he listen to ownership and roll with Shedeur, or does he stick to his gut and risk a power struggle with Haslam? This isn't the first time Stefanski has clashed with front office pressure. but this may be the highest stakes situation yet. Coaching insiders say Stefanski prefers to bring rookies along slowly, but that luxury might be off the table. The fans want Shedeur. The owner wants Shedeur, and Shedeur is earning it on the field. Around the league, executives and players are watching the Cleveland situation closely. Some believe Shedeur is getting thrown into the fire too soon. Others think he's the next breakout star. NFL insider Peter Schrager reported that multiple teams are already regretting not taking a flyer on Sanders. Even Patrick Mahomes chimed in subtly, like, "Tweet about Shedeur's rise. Coincidence? Maybe. But it got people talking. And when Mahomes is lurking around your name, you know you're doing something right." Training camp hasn't even started, and Browns fans are already buzzing. Tickets for open practices are being snatched up at record pace. Local sports shops can't keep Shedeur Sanders jerseys in stock. Murals of Sanders are popping up around Cleveland. The energy is electric. After years of disappointment and controversy, Browns fans finally feel like they have a fresh start, a QB to believe in. And Shedeur isn't just playing for himself. He's carrying the hopes of an entire city. This story isn't just about football. It's about culture, legacy, and a new wave of athlete influencers. Shedeur represents a new generation of NFL stars who are business-minded, media-savvy, and unafraid to shine. With prime time as his mentor and social media in his pocket, Shedeur could become one of the most marketable stars in the league. Jalen Hurts meets Cam Newton with a twist of Gen Z swagger. If he succeeds, he'll be changing more than just the Browns' fortunes. He'll be changing the NFL narrative. So here we are. The Browns are going all in on Shedeur Sanders. The haters can whine all they want. This move is happening, and it could be the turning point for a franchise that's been chasing success for decades. Will Shedeur rise to the occasion? Will he silence the critics and bring hope back to Cleveland? Or is this just another flashy gamble by an owner who loves the headlines? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you riding the Shedeur Sanders hype train, or do you think Cleveland is moving too fast? One thing's for sure, training camp just got a whole lot more interesting. Stay tuned, because this story is only getting started.